Lucas, do you think some filmmakers are criticizing AI publicly, but are actually privately or secretly utilizing it in their own workflows?
Oh yeah, for sure. I personally know people who are publicly, closing it down, shutting it down like it's something that we shouldn't be touching. But then on their own side, they are using it for all the planning, pre-production, POCs for their next film. Behind the scenes, it's a fight to see who's first at knowing how to use it the right way.
Which jobs do you think are the most at risk?
Right off the bat, VFX for sure. Now, on a lot of films that were very visual effects heavy and they could have never been greenlit, they didn't have the budget. I'm directing another feature. We're already looking at how AI can be used, and it's cutting the budget by like $400,000.
Would you watch a fully generated AI movie?
And I think there will be definitely a time where we won't know even what we're watching. Is it real or is it not real?
Hype or revolution?
Definitely going to be a revolution. It's not just hype. It's not here for the short term. It's going to be here for the long term, and it's going to change everything.
Welcome to the set of Father-Son Talk. My name is Mendy from Craterr. With me I have Lucas Columbo, a man of many hats. He directs sometimes, co-founder of Craterr. And we want to talk to you a little bit about AI, filmmaking, and how this all works together. So Lucas, AI suddenly crept up out of nowhere in filmmaking, in a lot of different aspects of life, but specifically we're going to talk about filmmaking. What do you think actually changed recently that made it go, dare I say, mainstream?
AI. Well, I would think, I don't really have my timeline straight, but about a year ago or so is when I remember first seeing like generated video AI. We've had Midjourney and other photo type things for a little bit longer. And I remember seeing some footage and like, oh wow, that's pretty cool, but not like for the modern day stuff. It didn't look like people had 6 fingers or whatever. But some of the archival black and white footage that was recreating a year ago was actually quite good. I'm like, oh, that could pass. But here we are a year later, and now all of it pretty much could pass. We're like right at the cusp there where any minute now we're going to be there's going to be full-on productions using AI as their main image, maker. And I think we're just at the beginning.
Okay, so taking AI right now, do you see it right now more as a tool, a collaborator, or something else?
AI right now is a tool, yeah, for sure it's a tool. I see what happens in the future, but collaborator kind of means that it can do a lot of thinking for you, which obviously it can, but in a more sentient way, I think, which is kind of crazy. I don't think we're there. But yeah, AI is a tool right now.
Okay.
Sure.
Makes sense. What do you think is the biggest misconception that people have about AI in filmmaking?
The biggest misconception right now, this is probably going to be a hot topic button here, but it's that AI is killing filmmaking. I think that's a misconception. I think that's thinking about it the wrong way. AI is not here to kill filmmaking. I think it's here to change filmmaking for sure.
So let's talk about, do you think AI can actually help with storytelling specifically?
I think it already is helping with storytelling. Depends on what aspect of storytelling you're talking about. But for example, right now AI is being used to help greenlight productions. Similar to the production we're on right now, where AI was being used for a lot of the pre-production, the mood boards, animatics, all the previs type of stuff, which is largely pre-production. But even so, in proof of concepts, I know a lot of producers and directors that are using AI to do their POCs, which finally gets them to the stage where it can be greenlit by an investor or studio or something. And in that definition, it's helping in storytelling. It's helping to push filmmaking forward and to get things greenlit to actually be able to shoot. On the other hand, I know for a fact, even in Hollywood, they're using it to help storytelling in the sense of, running concepts, running tests, having it give you notes on your script even. I mean, I even used it myself to see how it would do in evaluating a recent script that came across my desk that I was asked to take a look at, whether or not it was a good script. Before I read it, I had AI read it for me and see what it thought. And the notes were actually I was surprised. They were pretty strong. They were pretty good notes on why the script was strong, or why it was a good option to take on the project as a cinematographer. So there's a lot of aspects that I would say, yes, it does help storytelling.
Like, where do you think people are starting to try to utilize it, but it's not actually enhancing, it's defeating?
I mean, the obvious thing is that we're early on and it's a tool that people don't fully understand and know how to use. And there's people doing all kinds of stupid stuff with it and creating AI slop, as we know. Um, and it's not there in many senses yet, but that yet, like by the time this video comes out, it could be there. Like that's how fast AI is moving. But yeah, when people start creating full-on things with AI and they're forgetting about storytelling is number one, and they're just playing around with VFX and crazy stupid stuff. That's just kind of the stage that we're in right now. But I think eventually it'll be used much stronger.
Is AI art or just automated plagiarisms?
Automated plagiarism. Is AI art? Um, I probably would have to put art in conjunction with humanity. I don't know that anything can make art that's not human and has a soul. An elephant can paint art if it's trained to do it, but that's not art. That's just, a training and a copy. I think art comes from, it's a human thing. I think art is very human. So can AI create art? I mean, I think the human using AI can use AI to create art. If AI is a tool, then yeah, then the human can use AI to create art. Yeah, I think that would be accurate.
Okay, so then if somebody uses AI to create something amazing, genuinely good, who deserves the credit? The human that generated the prompt, the person that the algorithm itself, the person that made the algorithm, the people that made the content that the algorithms are learning based on? Who do you think deserves the credit if you were able to use it to make something genuinely good?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the future there will be something genuinely good, probably in the very near future, that is completely AI made. But that would be because of the human behind it. Um, there probably will be AI making AI content in the future too, and that's going to be crazy. But um, the credit for good content produced by AI should still be the storyteller behind that. Because I assume that by good content we're talking about a good stories being told, not just visuals that look impressive. Because we're already there where people can create pretty impressive looking visuals. But it's the same conversation that you would have if somebody asks you, you know, why does this film look good? Is it because of the cinematographer, or is it because of the cameras that are being used? And if the camera is a tool and AI is a tool, the camera doesn't win best cinematography in the Oscars. Funny enough, as we're filming this, it's the Oscars tonight, and we're missing it. But someone's going to win best cinematography, and it's not going to be a camera. It's going to be a person. And so I think that's ultimately what it goes to. Of course, there's technical achievements in the Oscars and things like that, where people do get credit for designing cameras and designing solutions for filmmaking. And I think AI could potentially fall right into that category.
If AI makes filmmaking cheaper, do you think we're going to get better films or just a ton more of it?
Yeah, it definitely has the ability to make it more affordable, which means you'll have more productions happening. I mean, this production that we're on set of right now, this running behind us, and they're telling us to hurry up and turn off these lights. It partially became a reality because of AI, because of the ability that, in this case, Higgsfield has given to the director and the director of photography to pre-visualize everything without spending much of the budget at all.
So we were using Higgsfield for a lot of storyboards and some video previs even. But one of the cool things we were able to do with it is we could take location photographs when we were in our tech scouts, and we could drop those photographs right into the storyboard program. So like you can see the spot we are here at the pool, and like this is the exact pool here. We just dropped that in and told them who we needed to have in it. So, and then we could adjust from there if we needed to get in closer, things like that. We could change the lens and the lighting setup. You can even move the like lighting point and things like that, which was super useful. Um,
And we were able to program the exact location into the program so it could actually show what the shots would look like here, which was really useful for us because we got a very limited location scout, and the fact that we were able to just plug in our location photos in Google Maps and it rendered this exact pool really helped us a lot just to pre-visualize and figure out what we needed.
with Cinema Studio 2.5, we're allowed to drop in characters that we create in another part of Higgsfield, and so I could have one of our lead actors. We actually could put his image in. So, like you see, this is one of the ones from yesterday of our actor Landon. This is a approximation of what his face actually looks
A
like.
little bit of Landon and a little bit of Jesus.
A little bit of each.
I'm directing another feature we're already looking at how AI can be used, and it's cutting the budget by like $400,000. So yes, it will greenlight more. It will allow more people to get on set. There's going to be more crews filming. There's going to be more makeup artists and camera assistants and wardrobe and everything on set because more films are being greenlit. There couldn't have been greenlit before because the budgets weren't possible. So that's a huge plus that people aren't seeing, and I'm seeing that all around. This is not the first production. I was in another production 2 weeks ago that was possible because of AI as well. So, and I'm constantly working with writers, excellent writers who've been trying to pitch their projects for a long time, and they haven't been able to even generate the seed money to be able to create their proof of concept, their little sizzle reel, whatever that they need to have to show what this film is going to be. And now they're able to do that on their own from the comfort of their home, create a sizzle reel or a proof of concept to pitch it to the executives or the investors and get the ball rolling. So it's actively happening. It's actively helping us get out and shoot more. So that's something that's not being talked about very much. And for me, as I also run another company that is heavily involved with camera gear, we're not scared of AI because we see it democratizing filmmaking, which means more people are going to be filmmaking. And whether they choose full AI route or not, the more than likely, we're still going to have a ton of new filmmakers and new people shooting content and using the gear. So yeah, it's just interesting. Of course, in the beginning of all things that are unknown, it's scary. And so people are mostly scared and aren't really, jumping into the positives of what it can bring.
Lucas, which jobs do you think are the most at risk due to AI or the future of AI?
Right off the bat, VFX for sure. Right off the bat, VFX. I think obviously there's going to be jobs at risk. That happens whenever any big new technology comes in. When movies didn't have sound and then they had sound, new jobs are added. So every time there's new technology, there's new jobs being added to. It depends on what we want to focus on. When there was color, then there's new jobs, and then there was digital cinematography. Now you have new jobs, DITs and all sorts of things. So we're probably going to end up losing the certain visual effects jobs, but we'll end up gaining other, like somebody's going to be in charge. So who's the AI supervisor on the film? Who's the AI, whatever, prompter? I don't know. There's going to be all kinds of credits and roles that we've never even heard of before. But for sure, we will lose VFX quickly. Animation will probably be done differently moving forward. It's not going to be completely lost, but there'll be new genres created, I'm sure, and there'll be jobs that go by the wayside.
Would you watch a fully generated AI movie or fully AI generated movies?
Today or when they're good?
What if what if I told you that there was a fully AI generated movie that's worth watching? Would you watch it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would it would take people telling me, right, to watch it. I think the thing that's going to be interesting to learn is how do we connect with characters that we know are fake. I think I'd be more likely to watch it if I didn't know it was AI and somebody just said, "Hey, this is a really great film," and I didn't know. And I think there will be definitely a time when we won't know even what we're watching. Is it real or is it not real? And I would have a better time probably watching it knowing, not knowing, but knowing. Like, I have a hard time right now watching even some of this AI content that's supposed to be dramatic because I know that that's not a real human. So, like, I don't care. Even though the movie is fiction and does not real anyways, at least the person is real. And so I care about it for some reason. But when they're not real, it's hard to care. But I think we'll have to see. Like, I'm just speaking out of, assumption or presupposing what I might think. But I do believe there's going to be a time when people are going to be watching full AI generated movies, and that'll be its own genre.
Do you think AI actors can fully replace background actors?
Background actors.
Yes. Like not the main actor, but like the fillers.
I actually think that's a good use of AI, to be honest with you. There's a lot of films that can't be greenlit just because of the mass amount of extras, the hundreds of thousands of dollars it would cost, that it would save to put in people in the background that aren't. In fact, I'm directing a commercial later this year where we're already talking about that, where the background is going to be AI generated, and we don't have to fly in all these people for that. So
Awesome.
that's already something that I'm talking about in productions, and so I'm sure is being talked about. And it's no different from current VFX, where people are doing mass crowd replacements and additions, filling stadiums with all either fake people or just duplicating people into the stadium. So it's VFX in that sense.
Do you think AI will create more great filmmakers or expose the uncreative ones?
Well, in general, I think AI will democratize filmmaking. And just like when cameras came down in price and a lot more filmmakers came onto the scene, a lot more crappy films were made. So there's going to be definitely a moment in time where, obviously, the beginning and now and the first few months or years or however long this is going to take, there's going to be a lot of crappy AI films and content in general, the slop that you see out there that people refer to. But it's going to eventually end up being harnessed as a really powerful tool for storytelling, I think.
So I definitely agree, and I think that a lot of filmmaking has been gatekept by technique, skill, style. I mean, there's the fact that you need to go to college. You don't need to go to college, but there's college degrees on learning how to be a filmmaker because there's a lot of technical aspect to filmmaking, aspect ratios and f-stop. I don't know. There's words that are meaningful for some people and gibberish to others. If everyone does have the same AI tools, what then separates the great artists from the true slop?
Well, I think we will see new filmmakers eventually. I don't think right now or this year, but as the years go on and this whole thing develops, we will see people that become great filmmakers in the new sense that would have never even been a filmmaker if things hadn't changed. So be new talent discovered. In the same way that I'm sure some of the current big filmmakers, can't name one off the top of my head, but I'm sure that somebody came in through digital cinematography and has never touched a film camera and has made some big movies right now. So um, I think we're gonna see. I think, like in anything, there's gonna be bad art and good art, but I think we're definitely gonna see some people become filmmakers that would have never had the chance otherwise.
So you mentioned before that right now it's the humans behind the AI. You said that possibly we might get to the point of AI making AI. Do you think that AI will ever get to the point of being able to make an actually objectively good AI generated film? directed by AI?
Directed by AI film.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. I'm sure it's going to happen. In fact, you were telling me something about a Seinfeld thing that's going on right now that's being sort of doing that thing.
Yeah, there's this project going on of a 24/7 AI slop, not good, never-ending AI-generated AI Seinfeld-esque show. But the idea is that you never know if you throw paint at a wall, eventually it might look nice. So they're trying to iterate to make a better thing, and maybe it'll get to the point that it's watchable. But if you try to watch it now, it's very hard to watch.
Yeah, I think that we don't know. We don't have a sense yet of how advanced it's going to be able to do. The speed at which it's improving is bonkers, and it's only going to get more crazy. Now AI is actually making AI and improving AI. It's no longer coders and developers needed to improve AI, because now AI can improve itself, which means the speed of improvement is tenfold or more, probably, yeah, way more than that. But speed of improvement is just going to be crazy, which means 100% there's going to be an AI directed AI content. How long is it going to take for AI to direct good AI content? I don't know, but I definitely think it's possible and it can be done. Is how fast AI is improving.
Lucas, do you think some filmmakers are criticizing AI publicly, but are actually privately or secretly utilizing it in their own workflows?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I personally know people who are publicly, closing it down, shutting it down like it's something that we shouldn't be touching. But then on their own side, they are using it for all the planning, pre-production, POCs for their next film. They're actively in development and trying to figure out how to, use that tool, harness it before the other people, but then publicly saying that they're not touching it, that they wouldn't get close to it with a 10-foot pole, to make other peak competitors think that there's no rush, that nobody's doing it. But really, it's behind the scenes, it's a fight to see who's first at knowing how to use it the right way.
Let's jump into the lightning round. AI in filmmaking, threat or opportunity?
Definitely an opportunity, but a lot of people are seeing threat right now.
Tool or collaborator?
Tool.
Hype or revolution?
Definitely going to be a revolution. It's not just hype. It's not here for the short term. It's going to be here for the long term, and it's going to change everything.
Creative unlock or creative shortcut?
Interesting. Unlock or shortcut? For right now, definitely shortcut. Creative shortcut. A lot of things you can do faster and easier. But I think it will be, in the long term, a creative unlock. A lot of new minds are going to come to the space.
And lastly, democratization or chaos?
Both. There's going to be chaos within this fast-paced democratization. We're already seeing chaos, and it's going to continue, but definitely democratization, yeah.
What part of filmmaking do you think AI will never replace?
What will AI never replace? I mean, it's hard right now to imagine it being able to replace everything. I think humans want to see humans. So I think I think it'll stay in its own genre. I think definitely won't replace all of filmmaking. It's going to stay in its own genre. Well, I think there's a lot of fear right now around filmmaking, but that's true of everything new, every big new technology, whether it was the internet or digital cinematography from film or computer graphics. I don't know. There's all kinds of things. So I think fear and not understanding what is actually going to change for the better. There's a lot of things that could be done faster with AI. I think post-production is a huge area where AI could bring a lot of advances, giving more control to the humans behind it, but making it faster and easier to test things and try things and get the director's ultimate vision across faster. So I think post-production is a fantastic place for AI.
Do you think AI makes filmmaking more accessible?
Yeah, 100%. AI will make filmmaking more accessible. It allows for more creatives that wouldn't have known how to touch a camera but that have great stories that they want to tell, to finally put them out there. So filmmaking or, visual storytelling will become more accessible. Yeah, it's crazy times that we're in with AI. Things are going to be very different 12 months from now. And I just think that we encourage us for everybody to see how to use this. I think not just in filmmaking, but in the whole world, AI is being used to transform how we know how to do anything anymore. And so I think there's going to be people pissed, and there's going to be people that go by the wayside, but there's also a ton of opportunity if we know how to take advantage of it. So
Awesome.
see what happens.
Thank you for coming, bro.
Yeah.
We'll continue.
Still swimming.
Yeah. And that'll be the AI shot.